Just trying to get set up for you guys. Trying to get everything like just like two away. Oops, sorry. It's from my room. They be trying to read me, so I just be trying to get stuff set up. But hopefully my big head can cover that white spot because I don't know what else to do. Anybody want to buy me an apartment that's complaining about my background? Please feel free because I'm looking for one. Watch as I claim my throne. Damn, I'm so fly, way too fly. Shorty, you can't touch this, boy. What's up, y'all? This is Prosperous Conversations, and my name is THEAISHAJ. So I have on a shirt now, and you're not seeing my crazy waist trainer.
Thank you.
Okay. Maybe I should, like, put my seat down. Hey. All right, guys. Let's get it freaking cracking right now. Welcome to Prosperous Conversations. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in to my first video, as raw and crazy as it was. I appreciate everybody who gave me that view and still will give me that view. This episode is out, but I still want you to go back and look at that. Bars. I had a really crazy day today. And since on the wake up, like, so let me just give you this. My card was lost or stolen, and somebody took $50 off. And for those of you who are blessed and not pressed and rich, $50 ain't much for you. But that $50 took a hit. $50, but it was all good because I called Capital One and everything else. They sent me with a new card. Now, the gag is I went through leaps and bounds just to get my package today. It was supposed to be sent on Monday. So it's saying, okay, in transit, then it's saying incorrect address. Then I called them and they said they have the correct address. Said in transit, incorrect address. They said they have the right address. So then I called FedEx, and FedEx is giving me the runaround. I'm not even going to spend too much time saying a lot about this because it was just pure bullshit. It was supposed to be here on Monday, November 23rd, and I had to go and pick it up, T-Mobile, and cut my phone off. Oh, hell no! So let's get back to the good news. It's the good news. Hey. Come on. Hey. So today's topic. Today's topic is relationships. Now I'm gonna make this brief because I could talk a lot about relationships. This doesn't have to only be about like relationships, like romantic relationships. I mean, obviously that's the tea, that's the juice. Everybody wants the juice. Any type of relationship that requires two people working together. We're gonna get on the topic of relationship. That's fine. Don't allow relationships to ruin your aura. I've allowed relationships to ruin my aura and who I am. And I've been in relationships that made me become a totally different person because of what they said. Don't let anybody change who you are. Because people will be like, we're not trying to change you. We're not trying to do this. But then they want you to be different. They're telling you things like, well, maybe you shouldn't do this. And it's up to you to really be like, yeah or nay. Yeah, either are you going to do it or you're not going to do it. But sometimes we're like, okay, well, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'll learn something new. Maybe what they're saying might better me. I think when you're in a relationship, whether that be a friendship or business partnership, romantic relationship, friendship, you have to have a strong sense of yourself because it's so easy to be strayed from who you are, especially when love is involved and sex is involved, because you feel like you owe it to them to compromise. And while there should be a little bit of compromise, you cannot compromise yourself. You can't compromise your whole self. It's not right. And you're going to end up losing yourself and figuring out, looking in the mirror, being like, well, last year I was somebody totally different. And I'm not recognizing myself. Now what? Don't allow no relationship to fuck up your aura. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. It's not what I wanted. Not what I was given. Good relationships, know that they're going to push you. They're not for a second. If you have an idea, good friendship relationship, we don't talk about relationships in general. You have to have friends and people in your circle that are going to push you, and not push you in a way where it's annoying, but push you and challenge you. Like, who doesn't want friends that's going to challenge you? Like, I have a lot of friends that challenge me. People are going to let me know when I'm slipping. You know what I mean? And you need that. You need that. One of my homegirls, I had put up a post, and sometimes I could be like, like my grandma. Sometimes when you're excited, you just be like. Sometimes you miss some words, or you spell a word wrong. And my homegirl was like, "Hey, you just got a few grammatical errors. You know what I mean? No salty." And you need friends like that that's gonna call you out, and they're going to let you know when stuff ain't right, because they want to see you win. They want to see you do better and be better for yourself. So make sure you have people in your circle that are really gonna strive for the best for you, gonna want the best for you. And stop having relationships with people that ain't about nothing. That don't do nothing, that ain't about nothing. Now, it's a struggle for me, you know? Because sometimes people are just not in the place to want to be about something and do something. Maybe they need a little push. Those relationships where you're like constantly trying to uplift that friend and encourage them because they just can't, they just don't know what to do with themselves. It's hard to have friends that don't have a specific or any goal in mind. There are friends that are about something. I had to let them go just because their whole shit ain't together. You're trying to focus on your goals and trying to like make a way for you and your family. It gets kind of crazy. So I would say, like, try to keep people around that one are going to push you if they're not about anything, but stop keeping around people that ain't about nothing, don't want to do nothing for themselves, are victims of their own minds. Like, sometimes you gotta like respectfully bow out. That relationship are gonna want to keep you bad. They're gonna want to keep you unhealthy. They're gonna want to keep you toxic. They're not gonna want to change. They're gonna want to stay the same. And you don't need nobody to stay the same. This is all about growth. People grow. If we all stay the same, we all be babies. It's all about growth. A baby has to grow. You know what I mean? So remember that. There's nothing wrong with space. Actually, space helps relationships. What is it? Space helps relationships grow fonder. Being apart, you go fonder as you go apart. Space away. Like, when you have space in relationships, it's actually a good thing. People think that when you take a break from your partner, and not like in the sense of like our young-minded, oh, we're on a break. Not that's a break. Like, giving your partner some space. You know what I mean? I think the one thing that when me and my boyfriend were living together, I think what was so great about it was that we saw each other a lot, but we also didn't see each other a lot. Like, he had his life, I had mine. I would go to work at this time, then he would go to work at this time, and then we come together. So when we did have that moment together, it was so cherished because we hardly see each other. Sometimes space is good. Sometimes don't let people tell you that space in a relationship is not good. Sometimes you need that space. You need that breather. You need that moment to be like, oh, I might choke you, so I need to like get my life together. People be like, you bullshitting because you around your boyfriend all the time. And I am, because we still in honeymoon phase. But we also do like our space. This tea is good. It's a little cayenne pepper with apple cider vinegar, some ginger, a little bit of brown sugar. Get my tummy. I'm trying to be snatched. Snatched. Okay. Boundaries. Ooh. We gonna pause on boundaries. This is for all my young people out there. Boundaries. I was in a relationship at 16. Like, we didn't have much like issue as far as like not trust until trust was broken. But even then, when the trust was broken, I said, like, we didn't give a fuck about what was in somebody else's phone. You really can't make a relationship work if there's no boundaries, like base. It got to be some type of space. Like, you can't do this because this makes me upset. You have to understand that, okay? And you, like, there got to be a fine line about what can be crossed. If you don't have boundary in a relationship, everything's just combated together, and you can't even see who is who or what is what because everything's just so meshed in, you know? And once you start that way, it's hard to break it. If somebody doing something on you, trust me, you gonna find out. Because somebody did something to me and I found out. And by the grace of God, because I felt the gut feeling and I got the bring, and I was like, knew it. So what is in the dark will always come to the light. I promise you. It might not come to the light when you want it to come to the light. But I tell you, from experience, it will fucking come to the light. It will come to the light. But boundaries is big. Like, stop going in their stuff. Stop inquiring about their stuff. Trust that they'll tell you, and if they not, and if that's not what you fucking with, then you need to let it go. So that's for all my 16-year-olds and my youngins out there that are like taking your boyfriend's phone and being crazy. Stop it. Because you might look for something that you ain't want to see. And then it's your fault because you shouldn't have been looking in their shit. And it won't do nothing for the relationship. Because then it's a relationship built of non-trust, and that ain't cute. Don't work. Yeah. And trust. Like, trust is big. I struggle with trust. Trust is not easy. You have to trust a whole human being that is not, you can hardly trust your family, let alone trust somebody who you maybe just met. And I wish I had better advice on how to trust, but it's kind of one of those things like a leap of faith. You got to take that risk. You got to really feel like that one is the one to take that risk. Because trust is huge, but you can't learn to trust unless you try. I'm not gonna lie, I have such a guilty conscience. I cannot lie. And I also learned, like, when I did lie, I have to keep up with that lie. It's like, oh shit, I lied. Now I have to find another story. Big stressful. It's just whack. Once you find that right person, you'll be able to trust. And once they give you that open door to be able to trust, it should be okay. Learn how to trust. If you have somebody is this in your corner that you really love, don't fuck it up by like being insecure. You never know until you try. So try to trust. It's something that we're going to fail on a lot. It's something that we're going to succeed on a lot. But without failure, there's no growth. Learn how to trust. Trust. Let me know. Comment below in the comments. If you're on YouTube, you can comment below. If you're on Instagram too, you can comment in the comments below. And let me know how you feel. I'll revisit if you have something that I saw that's like really cool. I'll revisit it the next episode. And yeah, guys. Thank you for listening to me and watching Prosperous Conversations. Happy Thanksgiving. This will probably come out like after Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving should be every day. You should be thankful for your life. You should be thankful for the people that you have. You should be thankful all the time. So to be honest, happy Thanksgiving, even if this comes out after Thanksgiving. I gotta get my tea on. I gotta sip my tea. I feel that cayenne pepper working on my tummy. This is THEAISHAJ with Prosperous Conversations. And I'm out.